Alright, what is up, guys? We are back with Black Lagoon. So this is gonna be a little weird because this volume isn't broken up in chapters, like I feel like every other volume is, right? So I didn't know where to stop. I just read the 30 pages and just stopped wherever, right? In last reaction. So after looking it up, I found out that I stopped like I want to say like a couple pages into chapter 77, I believe. So this reaction is basically finishing off chapter 77 and then going into 78 as well and finishing that off. So hopefully we can get this straightened out for the next reaction. So I apologize for that. Um, but anyway, let's get into this chapter. These two chapters, I guess I should say. Anyway, so aside from your accommodations, you're off on the right track. I'm sure you've made your periodic report to communications officer, but what was the substance of the job she assigned you? Yes, Colonel Ma. Unfortunately, the job wasn't related to the counterfeit club. However, it's not that complicated. I just need to make sure you have a basic understanding of what the job requires. You know who the highwaymen are, don't you? They asked me to find some help. The highwaymen. They're that underground forum specializing in corporate espionage, aren't they, boss? Yep. Rainbach AG, the German electronics manufacturer. We are after the avionics data they are developing. Rainbach? That's heavy stuff, honey. Oh, sweetie, it's a piece of cake. Anyway, your assignment. Rheinbach's software development division is in Warsburg. I want you to sift through programs related to avionics on their main server. How about you bring me as much as you can find? How's that? Shall I start by searching through their DNS server first? No. There's a trading company called Anaheim Distributions in Leiden. We've borrowed their chimney for another job before. You will use that as a stepping stone. They've had dealings with Rheinbach in the past, so it won't hurt them even if their access logs are inspected. So you're saying a backdoor already exists? Do you have a problem with that? Yes, boss, a little. You didn't have to do that. I believe I'm experienced enough. Listen, we don't have the time to be messing around with a newcomer. If your confidence isn't matched by your skills, I want you to be the only person that gets put on the ICPO's list. You understand? But don't you worry. Use your head where you have to. Don't screw up where you shouldn't, and you'll pass the test. We're happy. We are happy you're happy, and the club will welcome you with open arms. Is that too difficult to understand? No, not at all, boss. Well, good. I thought you were gonna bite my head off with the way you were looking at me. Alright, Miss Fu Machu. Show us you're not just another script kitty. Yeah, the way the way that she's looking at her on that top page, man, like you could tell, like she wants this to be like quick. She already just wants to be accepted into the group, but like nah, like you gotta prove yourself first, and this is a pretty intense like first test, right? Um. Anyway, I understand general idea. Sergeant, if this isn't what they call the audacity of thieves, how infuriating. Sergeant, the army is making rapid progress in creating our Wang Jun, our cyber army. Um, the expertise we gain from the ongoing operations by Second Department, First Bureau will be compiled as a technological manual that will become the basis of Wang Jun, and all of you will have the honor of being the very first instructors. We will be able to triumphantly make a budget request to the Central Committee and the Central Military Commission. It is not an exaggeration to say that the future of the PLA rests on your shoulders. Your sacrifice rivals the bravery shown by the People's Volunteer Army. I am deeply honored, Colonel Ma. I'm expecting continued diligence from you, Sergeant. If I remember correctly, you are from the Hubei province, aren't you? From Shen. Shennan Jia Shang Zhao. My Chinese is awful, so I apologize, man. Um, oh, that's it, that's it. I'm sorry. While most technical officers come from the central region, it is nice to see an outstanding officer come from such a remote province. You are the pride of PLA. Your family must be so proud of you. Perhaps. I wouldn't know. Have I said something I shouldn't have? No, Colonel. Well, alright. I'll contact you again and carry on with your assignment. So that's what the charade was about. When did you realize she was an agent? What? She already knows. That's crazy. So now, I mean, it makes even more sense why, um, she's been kind of like so insistent, like, about, well, you have to do this first before you join the club, right? It's pretty cool. When? From when she visited the forum, the way she attacked the United States Justice Department, it was exactly like the techniques used by the unknown hackers we see coming out of Beijing. After doing some digging, sure enough, I found her photo in the PLA's Zhang Communication Institute student records. It's so sad. Unlucky for her, but it was lucky for us. Thanks to her showing up, the highwaymen were able to triple the fee from Rheinbach. Well, it's about time I call in. Your friends? Yep. Maggie D in Leon is observing her work. If she's successful with the dictionary attack and begins her infiltration, her every action will be recorded. Poor Miss Peking Duck. She's not the one doing the stealing. She's the one being stolen from. Interesting. I'm really interested to see how now it seems like the tables are turned, but I'm really interested to see how Yai Fei, right, or whatever, how she's gonna like kind of her response to this, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. All right, so now we just finished chapter 77. Now this is the start of chapter 78. But you see what I mean? It doesn't even tell you that you're moving into a next chapter. It's just like it almost feels like it's just like one long chapter, right? But now this is chapter 78 with my girl Revi on the first page. Um, that motel in Charkwan, that dump, really? The guys that were renting it were newcomers who rolled in here recently and weren't under anybody's protection at the time. It was some Aussie and his lover out in the Westerners district in Cambodia or something. Trying to make a name for themselves in this town sealed their fate. Their first step into a new world, and they had to carve out a living somehow. What they came up with was pimping whores. What were they thinking? This place is sheer chaos. There are plenty of pimps anywhere you go. Exactly. They were stupid, of course. And who took them in? A street stall under Visconti Foods control. Our favorite Italian Ronnie, the Jaws turf. Oh, that wasn't smart. Nope, that was it for them. They harassed the place from what I heard. Oh, that reminds me. We are holding something from the Tamil guys for the WAPs. PA East Container Yard, the one tagged FDL 332. Got it. No sailing today, right? The lease is almost up. We're responsible for any overages. Take care of it sometime today, all right? I know. I'll be on my way after I scarf this down. You interrupted me. Where was I? The Drifter Aussies, how they made the biggest mistake of their lives. Right, right. Those morons. Those morons roughed up the street stand owner with a metal bat. Then Ronnie's messengers showed that same night. Before they could even explain themselves, the Aussie and his charming friends gained a few pounds of bullets. The kind of guys that show up at your door without a sound in the dark of night. They mess with the wrong people. They are a bit better than Hotel Moscow, but just barely. Ignorance is a sin, but never mind that. No point discussing how stupid they were. This is where it gets good. You're gonna laugh when you hear this. Revy, that's an evil laugh. The reason they weren't found for 2 weeks is crazy. This goes back to the motel we were talking about. And also, I feel like obviously we've seen Hotel Moscow and we've seen the triad as well. But I feel like we really haven't seen much of, like the Italian side of it. So if we're kind of moving into that, like the Italian powers in Roanapur, um, I'd be very excited to see that side at some point. Okay, so they've been having serious problems with their bathrooms, and landlord's a real stubborn son of a bitch who has no intention of renovating the place for the next 200 years. And so the residents thought somebody crapped an especially stinky one. And what do you know? The way they found out, maggots came squirming out of the keyhole. Come on, we're eating. I love she's just having the time of her life over there. God damn it. Like look at how happy she is. Oh man, like you gotta love Revy, man. Honestly, you gotta love her. They still can't get the stink out. Ah, shit. Barf this much every day and I'll turn into a Merlion. You guys are such pussies. This is where it gets even better. But man, that computer girl is one tough chick. Working in a septic tank like that without a single complaint. Oh, come on, Dutch. How do you think she ended up here? She was born and raised like a roach, right? It was Miss Bai that brought her here, right, Revy? By the way, where is she, Benny? Oh, Jane? She's working from an internet cafe in Nakawai. Wow. Don't know we had anything like that here. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. As Einstein wisely said, this town will always be stuck in the 70s. Hey, mister, coffee. 100 baht. You take dollars right here? Or you take dollars right here. And again, man, I feel like Rana Per always succeeds in like why it's just like one of my favorite like places and like all of anime. It really excels at showing it as this like melting pot of all these different people from different walks of life showing on all converging and existing in this one place, right? So I always found that cool, man. Just like the amount of different people from different parts of the world all in this one place has always been pretty cool. All right, so let's see what Jane is doing right now. She's talking about the duck. So obviously she's typing out stuff about the duck. So obviously she's referring to Fang or whatever. Um, Here we go. Get everyone ready. All right, Wolf Pack on standby. What is Jane about to do right now? Um, they're retrieving data already. Why so suddenly? Um, LOL. Hold on, I'm doing the final fight in Doom. Need clarification, dude. What is Jane about to like? What is she setting up right now? And Fang looks like, oh my god. Shit, it's too fast, it's too fast, it's too fast. Gotcha. Finders keepers, it'd be better have our pay for gig posted in bytes. Undercover ops and orders direct from the Chinese Pentagon. The wire transfer are golden. Whoever finds that hits jackpot. Out of this newbie, I'll spam post messages if you keep at this. Like, I'm trying to read all of this, man. Anyway, take whatever you want. Don't worry about the consequences. Miss Pecking Duck will deal with it. Well, folks, make sure you leave no footprints behind. I managed to get out, but what was that? Interesting. All right. Oh, so we got Rock and Revy together, man. It feels like old times, right? I love it. Hey Emilio, Tommaso's not around today. Senor Falcone isn't a part of our Sicilian organization. He's a member of the Camorra. He's a personal friend of our boss. The boss is busy right now. Wait quietly till he's done. We won't be here long. We'll be out of your hair soon. Hey, what the fuck, Emilio? What did you let them in for? God damn it! And I mean, this is what I wanted to like, just getting to see the what is the Sicilian organization, right? Is that their official name, or I guess it is. Sorry, boss, but yo, Emilio, let me explain what I'm doing right now. First, I'm waiting for a call from Palermo. I don't need to remind you that he's my boss, which makes him a god to you. Luciano's in the back with the guests dealing with some problem. He's burning his tiny little brain to solve them. If you still don't get it, I'll make sure you do with a metal bat. Hold up, senor. You think we came here to play gin rummy with you? We're here about the stuff we transported for the Tamils. We'll be glad to sell it off if you don't want it. Don't play with me. You do that and you'll. Do you understand, my Italian friend? I'm saying as long as we can recover Ali Dragua, we'll have no problems. All right, relax. We will keep the Canoon code and your honor. Ask your capo. I'm sorry you guys missed it. It went through the London Bullion Market Association, but we don't know where it is now. Depending on whether or not you people can find Ali Dragua, they're saying they'll either partner up with you or the Russians. We understand, Mustafa. We can't let the Russians have the Golden Crescent. I love like as always, man. Like I love Revy kind of bouncing between the triads, like in one moment working for them, and then working with the Balalaika and the Russians for a job, and now she's working with the Sicilians right now. Um, yeah, I love it. I mean, that is her job description, right? She is the gun for hire, but I mean, that is essentially, Lagoon Company in general, but I don't know. I've always been a fan of that of that dynamic. Okay, so yo, Lo, you going around announcing our business to everybody too? You might as well be walking around with a megaphone. Yo, Ronnie, what's wrong with your soldier? Shut up, two hand, or I'll bust your teeth in. I love how Revy has been all smiles this entire time. The moment someone pulls a gun on her, her face is just like stoic, and like her gun is already out too. Um, Jeez, okay. Hey, what are these chinks doing here? Don't tell me they're. So what if we are? You got a problem with that asshole? You stupid humps, huh? Answer me, Revy. Calm down. Put it down. Chubronic, put your piece away. They're not Chinese. One's Chinese American, the other's Japanese. Si capo. Oh, capito. Um, Excuse me. These picantes are heating up. I'll call you back shortly. Hey, you too. Dude, I'm loving this so much. I don't mind starting all over by sticking some dynamite up your asses like a candle. Now, what it will be? What will it be? Hey, Lagoon guy, hand this to the floor manager and get your payment. He should pay you exactly when he's done. You get the hell out of my kingdom and forget everything you just saw. Otherwise, you know what they call me, don't you? We got Albanians here now. This place is becoming an international idiots convention. That's another way to put it too, right? Those guys were pretty hard pressed. I wonder what that Ali Dragua the Albanians mentioned is. Hey, Rock, you got that look. That look, like you're trying to win enough in Vegas to live on for the rest of your life. And then you had a gun rammed up your ass late that same night. I know. Don't talk to me like you're my mother. If I was your mama, I'd say it was a little more. I would say it with a little more class. The kind of class where I'd make sure to cover up your poopy with a handkerchief. Yeah. Mind your own business. I don't want to talk about my family. It's still before dawn in Wurzburg. That server barely had any security before. Any sort of search should have taken place during business hours. That wasn't natural. It doesn't make sense. Why would they get suspicious and put up a countermeasure then? I don't get it. Something's not right. Alright, and that's the end of chapter 78. So I mean this was a great chapter. Very interesting the fact that Jane has been on to Fang since the very beginning. And it looks like Fang is starting to catch up and realize that, something is amiss here. So I'm really gonna be fascinated to see the back and forth between those two characters. Um, and just like Rock and Rev, whenever those two are together, like some goal is bound to happen, right? So it was really fun just following them for this chapter and them visiting, the Sicilians for this chapter and getting to see them a little bit as well. Um, it was great, man. It was a fun chapter. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe for more Lagoon, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.